welcome to the Onset podcast, where we talk about what it's like to make it as a creator in today's age. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. A creator. What does that actually entail? How many hats does a creator wear? That is not a riddle, but it's what we're going to be unpacking today.
Multiple hats. That's the answer. That is the answer as a creator these days. As myself would, I'm a video guy. I've always been a video guy, and obviously, you branch out from there. But in video, geez, when you're starting off, you're getting used to your camera. You're a cameraman, so you start off using your camera and you use it in manual settings, and you get used to all those different dials and buttons, and get used to that, and then you're framing your shot and so on. But sound is such an important part to your videos.
Especially try to unpack it in post. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yep.
It's one of those things that really brings that footage and all those clips that you've just taken to life, and that's when you start to build that story on as well. All those different layers of sound effects, the music, everything that comes with that, man.
That's right. It is. It's mate. And it's from matching up your audio. When it comes to you're putting lapel mics on people, or you got a shotgun, or with boom arms, or with mics like this. You've just got to match it all up, and you got different. Different tones and different sounds, and you've got to get those levels all right so they all sound really good for the viewer. But music.
How did you find that transition? Sorry, but how did you find that transition from when you first started taking all those clips and trying to perfect the basic, I guess, camera movement and settings and that, to then starting to unpack all the other details and all the other components?
Oh, it takes time, and it's you just got to work with what equipment you've got as well. Like there's I started off when I shot my very first wedding. I just had this single camera and a lapel mic, and I just thought the best place to put that lapel mic is on the groom, because you'll at least get his vowels, and then I had a shotgun mic on the top of the camera. And that recorded basically the guests and any kind of music that was getting played while we're there, and that's how I recorded that first wedding. Was just that's the way I did it, and the lapel mic did its job. Luckily, if you had a fail there, then that's it. That's the end of it.
You were running off just the one mic, like the one lapel mic.
One lapel mic on the groom and a shotgun. That's all. That's it. And one camera. And I didn't have a stabilizer. I had a tripod. That's it. One camera on a tripod, and that was it. And that's how I shot my first wedding. And then I look back at it. I look at that wedding, and I see where I've come from, and so on. But it takes a lot of once you build up your experience and you start to play with those other hats, as we're talking about, you get better and better, and it's tricky. It is very tricky, but video. Because like that. I think back then, no lights. I'm shooting in complete darkness and trying to get the best image possible, and it's you're trying to just use what you've got there. So you've got, when we shot the the pre-ceremony or the getting ready stage of the wedding day, you're trying to get the bride over to a window, so there's as much light coming in through that window onto their face, while they read a card, or or they're doing their makeup, or doing their makeup. The makeup artist normally brings a light, so that's great.
Makes it real easy.
Yeah, it makes it really easy. But see, that's that next hat is you're basically a lighting person as well. There's some, that's a profession in itself. When you come to looking at films and short films, they have a team. A team comes on, 4 or 5 people that are just lighting people that come onto set to, make sure that everything's the right temperature and all that. So yeah, you turn into a bit of a lighting person as well. That's it. So you're a cameraman, you're a lighting person, you're a sound man. So you're starting to build up those hats. You definitely are.
100%. That's the same thing when I first started doing a lot more diving into photography as well. It's the same kind of process of going out there with the camera, learning all the settings, marking out all the angles, getting all those different shots. And then you take it into post, and then you're like, what even is Lightroom? And you start to work out all the tone, like the tone curves and everything like that, or like the basics. And then from there, you start to make that next leap into Photoshop and doing like all that photo manipulation with like either like skin correction and everything like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things that you just find yourself just building your skill more and more and more, working on all those little 1%ers. And then from that, you end up having more of that complete package as that creator to then be able to offer so much more to your clients. And from that, you get to increase your price of what you're worth as you start to unpack some of those skills in that as well. So
yeah, and that I think that's what a lot of businesses and like, I shouldn't just say businesses, but brides and grooms, when they get to see your versatility, like there's a lot more to just delivering a video that is visually visually appealing, sound design, and that from the vocal to the music to any kind of sound effects that you want to add into it. Otherwise, you get those sound effects yourself. With the video that I shot a few months ago, we needed like, we shot this river, but I obviously went down to that river. And got a microphone right down by the water's edge to try and get a real clean audio piece, because you're not going to get that straight from the camera holding it up, 3 meters up from above the river, unless you're wanting to get that. But so there's all these little things that you're going and doing to capture all the little parts that you want to play as a content creator. So, and it's beneficial to go and get that while you're there. I've tried. There's times there where you jump on a website and try and fake that sound through grabbing a piece from a website, but nothing sounds the same when then recording it right then and there while you're there.
100%. And that's one thing that he says, that especially when you're there, you may as well get those clips as well, because it saves you wasting time trying to find like an artificial kind of digital copy of it online.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. But
yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me just add. This is pretty funny, but if you jump onto some of these websites and you want birds in the trees or something like that, or the forest sound, like, the Australian outback doesn't sound like the an American outback. Like, it's a different sound. So, and you can tell straight away while watching the video. You're like, doesn't sound nothing like it. So, don't try and fool too many people, because I'll see straight through you.
I love it. But it's one of those things that you and I've talked about for hours on end beforehand, is that building your skills, especially just like in that camera and within post, no matter what you're doing, if it is photo, video, if it is in music, build your skill in that to be able to offer the best content possible. But one thing that's almost even more important when it comes to the business side of things, to actually land clients, is that you need to have that personality to be able to reach out and actually promote and market yourself to land those clients, to get that work, so then you can actually make money doing this. You can't just rely on the fact of just being a really, really good creator. You need to actually be that almost personality to be able to be the face of that business, to be able to stand out from the rest and actually land those clients.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, completely agree with you. Like it's not just about being a content creator. You're a promoter, you're a marketer, and that's for your own business. And if you're not getting out there and networking and speaking with people, then you're gonna be pushing stuff uphill because like it's going to make it really hard for you to get clients if you're just hanging back and thinking that they're going to come ringing, come knocking on your door or ringing your phone. If you're not out, yeah,
Yeah, it's never going to happen without putting in the work. And it's one of those things that you've said to me beforehand, and like I've seen it just in the field, is that you see so many creators that either aren't as skillful, but just have a really out there personality that's really personable and have that really good human connection with people and their clients. They're so much more successful, and they're landing so many more clients than someone that's just got amazing content, but it
mm,
just doesn't have that personality with it. It's one of those things that you really need to work on,
yeah,
almost more so than just perfecting your skill. You need
yeah,
to end up having that,
yep, yep.
especially if you want to make this your job.
Yeah, yeah, and that comes with when you're on, on set as well.
On set,
Like
come
that's
on
it.
the show. That's it.
Like talk to people, talk to everyone. Don't hold back and don't just do your job. Help out. You're there to shoot a video or something like that, and you might have another team that's there to do the lighting or do the sound design or whatever, and they're packing up. Go and give them a hand. Go and if they need help, go and lift some boxes or move some product or whatever, and start talking to them about what they do, and you never know what can lead to down the track. Exchange numbers or like get their Instagram and DM them afterwards or whatever. But
Yeah.
get in contact with all these different creators because when you're building your profile, you'll need to you'll need the help. You'll need the
Mm,
help. There will be times there where a big client might come to you and say, "Look, I'm looking at doing this. Can you do this?" And you might have if you've built that network and you have those people on board, you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, I need a bit of I need some help to do this project." And then you've got that team. You're building a team around you. And then it saves you having to be that all rounder and have that pressure as well. Like that pressure of,
Gotta come
okay,
to
I've
it.
got to shoot this and shoot that, or I've got to run between cameras or so on.
Mm.
Instead you've got someone else there that can do that job with you, and it's good, camaraderie. It's good to work on projects with other people. So there's a lot there. It's about networking.
100%. And like I've said before in previous podcasts, that's exactly how you and I met, just on a set of a music video, and that
Yeah,
was it.
that's
Just
right.
us like reaching out, just talking. Then we ended up shooting like a music festival as well a few weeks later after that.
Yep.
That you're in the books that got me
Yeah.
on board with.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and mate, that's it. And like that's right. Like mate, when it came to that music festival, I thought, mate, like I'd gave you a call and I said, look, do you want to be that second cameraman? And of course, and you were keen as because like it was a really good atmosphere. It's fun doing projects like that, and it's good working as a team. Like otherwise I'll be running around going from camera to camera, and it just makes it like it made it a lot easier. So you've got to network, get those people on board with you, and it can come back, and then it ends up coming back the other way down the track. Like you've got other projects that now you're working on, and you've said to me, "Oh, hey, can you help out with these projects?" And mate, like that's it. And everyone there's enough room for everyone to work together as a as a content team. I think it's
You see
definitely
so many up and coming creators, and then they try to almost have that ego of wanting to say that they do it all themselves. And with that, is that, as you said before, there's enough to go around for everyone to win and be successful with it. You know, you don't have to try and almost like hold all your, like try and divide all your eggs across so many different baskets and hats,
Yeah.
that it's so much pressure and so much stress that comes with all of that. And then here's the thing, is that by trying to do all of it at once, well,
Mm.
you can be a really good photographer, videographer, sound design, everything like that. Everything that we've mentioned, you can end up building the skill and do really, really well. But when it
Yep.
comes to a singular project and you've got so
Mm.
many baskets and everything to fill, and you've only got so many eggs, is that you can only put so much time and effort into every basket, and have the, damn, I got the analogy wrong. You can only
Yeah.
put so much energy into each basket
Yeah.
without jeopardizing the actual end up quality with it. You
Yeah.
need to have people that come on board to end up actually helping out, taking the pressure off. So then everyone can either do their task that they've been set out to do to the best of its ability, and you're not actually losing quality by doing it like that.
So right, mate. Like that's I think the whole point of this episode is that, you know, it's you need to learn all those different aspects, because that's beneficial as, you know, as you grow. But there will be projects there where you're right, like you won't be able to do it all yourself, and you know you got to have that team around you that can help, and that is specialised in their field as well.
Yeah.
And that's important. It's important to have those people around, because you know, like, yeah, you know, big projects command big money and top
Mm.
quality, and if you're not delivering a top quality product at the end of it, because you're
Mm.
trying to rush around and do it all yourself, then you're not going to get that second time around, or that third or fourth, or that ongoing work. You're going to get
Exactly
shrugged
right.
off. You're going to get shrugged off real quick, because you know there's a lot of time and effort that goes into some of these projects. You know, like there was one that I did a few months ago, and it was an hour video, and it was a tourism one, and it was 5 weeks, filming it 6 to 7 days a week. You know, just to get that 1 hour of footage, and all around the region. So, like, you know, there's travel and there's lugging stuff down goat tracks to waterfalls, and there's, you know, just, you know, it's not easy at all. But, you know, there's no way I could have done that by myself.
Yeah.
No chance. So, you know, we had a big team on board. There was about, I think, 6 or 7 of us, that all worked on this project, and you know, from singers to guitarists to, lighting people to sound design, and then
Mm.
choreography, and then there's the extras on top of that. Like
Mm.
there's, you know, like, yeah, sorry, 6 or 7. That was like the direct team that, you know, put it together, but altogether you're probably looking at 40, 50 people. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's 40 or 50 people you
Yeah.
network with, and you never know what can come out of it, you know, down the track. So yeah, you're right. Marketing yourself, and you know, networking is one of those hats that yeah. In today's age, you really need to work on to be successful.
100%. Well, would that be your top tip? Would that be your
Yeah,
top tip?
yeah, I think so, and probably, when very first starting off is knuckle down, and if it is photography, know your camera, um,
Yeah.
and know what it can do manually, not shooting photos with the auto
Not,
button on.
not at all.
Just because,
That's,
like we've covered this before in one of our other episodes. I don't know, was it episode 4, I think, or episode
yeah.
3? Yeah, and yeah, so that's important. It's super important to, be able to learn your camera first. But yeah, top tip would be networking. You know, to
100%.
to be successful in the end. Because yeah, to get a good group around you, but also, you know, for ongoing work, you've got to, you know, yeah, network and get out there. I'm lost for words now.
That's it. Yeah, I would just say, especially if you're just getting started, just work on all the 1% in in the industry that you're working on building in is that never settle, never settle. There's so much information, so many different skills to learn across everything. Is that just never settle, just always keep pushing, always research. There's a YouTube video for everything. You
Yeah.
know, Peter McKinnon's got a video for everything. If it's not Peter McKinnon, there's someone else in the industry, even if it's just business. Just
Yep.
never settle. Just always work on the 1%ers, because they always say if you get 1% better every day, then it's going to be compound growth over the whole year. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Very important. Very important. Definitely, mate. Yeah, that's I think that's a good way to end the episode.
That's it. Episode 5 in the books.
Yep.
And next episode we might have a guest on. You never
Yeah.
know. We may have a guest on.
I think
That's it.
about time we bring someone in and we have a bit of a chat with them about content creating and just basically their story to share with everyone there.
A really cool up and coming artist as well that I can't wait to talk to you guys all with. I guess I'm lost for words as well. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I'm tired now.
Yep, good idea, mate. Let's cut it there, and we'll see everyone in the next episode.
Perfect. Catch you guys. Have a fantastic day.